How is it going, guys and gals and other Poke Pals? My name is LacenMC.
I'm RhyQuinn.
I'm AmasianTae.
And this is the TheBattleSubcast, the Pokemon podcast that keeps you on the right track. Make sure you minimize your screen, your browser. You don't need to keep the video open. It's just us talking about all lovely things in the Pokemon world. Today, we have a very special guest. Not only is he one of the best supporters of the Battle Subway and all of our channels, but he's also the host of the Mono Quiz Monday, non-believer of the word faucet. He's a general Let's Play YouTuber, and he plays the role of Gordon Selfridge on the British television drama Mr. Selfridge. Everyone give it up for EuphAuric.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
No problem. Thanks for coming on. Pretty much last minute pause.
No worries.
We're glad to have you, though.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's gonna be cool.
How the hell are you guys on this beautiful Wednesday?
I'm good, apart from the fact the weather is awful. It's
Yes.
great.
Oh, it is awful. Yeah.
It is horrendous. And it's so good, finally, to have another English person on the subcast. I'm not outnumbered for once.
Shut it.
You know, we've got to
Yes.
support each other. There's not many of us.
Exactly. Hashtag faucet is not a word.
Faucet is a word.
Hashtag
Faucet is a
faucet
word.
is not a word.
Not a word. It's not a word.
It's
not a
definitely a word.
In his
Big
upcoming
now it's
script.
even.
This is gonna be the war, the whole subcast.
Yeah,
Faucet's
it's the whole
a word.
subcast.
That's
I'm sensing a future episode title. Faucet is not a.
that's probably going to be this episode title, episode number 5. Faucet is actually not a word. Even though that was a thing addressed in, what, episode 2? Like,
Maybe
Yes.
one
was
even.
that like a month ago? Around?
Still going on.
Still going on, man.
But cool.
Well, I'm happy that your British weather sucks. That's good.
Absolutely.
Ours is clearing up. There was like a blizzard. Well, at least mine in my area. There's like a regional blizzard in our area. Taylor is in Ohio. I'm in Pennsylvania. We're like a state away from one another. And so what's the weather like? How's that blizzard hitting your hometown, Taylor?
Mine's pretty much calmed down. We did get a good bit of snow. I want to say we've got probably like 6 or 7 inches on the ground.
Same.
So we got a good bit of snow, but I think it's pretty much slowed down, and I think the temperature's supposed to be a little bit warmer today, so hopefully it'll get rid of some of it. And our roads aren't too bad. They were on top of it this year, so that's good.
Nah, the roads
I
were...
heard you were supposed to get like a foot of snow, weren't you?
Oh, dude, we were supposed to get a foot of snow. Woke up to like 4 inches. Pause. But like it was nothing. Literally, just nothing on the ground. It's sunny right now. I can like literally see some of the snow like melting. It's kind of wonderful. I'm happy about it, but I'm also kind of sad about it. I don't know. I kind of wanted a blizzard. We didn't get snow all year, at least not in my area. And
Nice.
like it was supposed to be like the
Yeah, it was supposed to be like the
winter
winter ever.
Yeah, but
They're expecting
nothing.
like a polar vortex or something crazy. like that.
That's what they were announcing for like the past week. That was supposed to happen like last night and yesterday, but nope, nothing.
Nope. But,
Watch
well.
it happen this weekend when we're supposed to go to York though for the Primal Clash
dude,
re-release.
I'll
Watch
go.
it happen.
I'll go anyway.
Speaking of ice, there's a thing I found out this week, which is really, really weird, which I didn't realize, because I thought I knew, but I don't. And it's how to get Regigigas in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I thought what you needed to do is have the 3 Regis in your team, and then he'll, like in a Mirage spot or whatever they call it, Regigigas will show up. That's not how you do it. You need to have the 3 Regis in your party. This is where the ice bit comes in. I did have a point. And apparently, you need to have the 3 Regis in your team. You need to have your Regice nicknamed, because reasons. Just any nickname, it doesn't matter. And it has to be holding either a Castelia Cone, a Snowball, or a Nevermelt Ice. For unknown reasons. And then you go back to the same cave where you got Regice, and Regigigas is there. It's just like... What? It's just so arbitrary. Like, what the hell? Why does Regigigas like Regice so much?
That seems so complicated.
Why does he only like him while he's holding a Castelia Cone?
Exactly.
Regigigas only appears if you give him ice cream.
Exactly. Regigiga's just a fatty. He's just like, yeah, I love a bit of ice cream.
Game Freak is going to keep doing crap like that. They're going to keep doing crap like that, because, like, when I first heard that you had to evolve Inkay at level 30 by holding your 3DS upside down, I thought somebody was, like, screwing with me. And I was like, this dude is at level 50 and he's not evolving yet. I don't understand why. Flipped my DS, at 51 he evolved, and I was like, you're kidding. There's no way. They're going to keep doing stuff like that.
Just ridiculous.
I didn't even know that. That's hysterical. I don't even think I ever did evolved of Inkay.
It even took me like 3 levels because I forgot to turn it upside down like twice, and it was just like I'd remember like just as I finished the battle, I'd be like, "Oh God, I'm supposed to have that upside down," and then it was just like didn't evolve. I'd be like, "God damn it! Need to get it another level." Ugh.
Oh, it's only after the battle, because like throughout the entire time I was leveling up, I had the DS upside down. so like I thought that's what needed to happen. I didn't know you had to do it like after battle. Okay, that's stupid.
So dumb. So dumb.
They're gonna keep doing stuff like that. You already know it.
Yeah,
Alright, with that, let's just move to the news. Get up, bitch, it's the news.
News with LacenMC!
Alright guys, news with me. Not much going on. First and foremost, let's talk about that new 3DS that's dropping, like, next week, 2 weeks from now. I forgot the final date. It's February 13th, I think it is. It's already dropping, that whole new 3DS. They announced it on on Nintendo Direct. And I talked about it briefly and all its like wonderful, glorious bullshit. And now, you know, like it's right around the corner. So like, what do you guys think of this new 3DS? Are you gonna get it? Because
100% no, because I have money.
I'm not decided yet. Like I don't know if I want it.
Yep.
I mean, the only reason I'd get it is if there was some game on it that I couldn't live without, but I don't see them doing that really. I don't see them limiting themselves when they've got such a big market on the 3DS anyway.
Yeah, man, they have.
I'm the same way. Unless they come out with a game that I absolutely need to have, and I'm like, oh God, I want to play that so bad, and I have to sacrifice it. I might, but I did just drop a whole bunch of money on a capture card like 5 months ago. I don't see the need to buy a new DS until it's absolutely necessary.
Oh,
yeah, didn't they do that? Didn't they do that for the DSi as well? Like, was there anything like exclusive on the DSi? Because I never got the DSi.
No, that
I
was
don't
just
think so.
That was just a DS model. That was just like really small. I remember.
Wasn't that the one that had like a camera on it or something?
Probably.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really understand the difference between the DS and the DSi because I didn't give a shit at the time.
And then there was the DS Lite as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe I'd convert if I really cared about the 3D that much, because the 3D does look a lot better, but, I mean, in all honesty, who uses the 3D function anyway?
Well, the only thing I care about is the graphics, honestly. Like, if the graphics look better on a handheld console, like, I heard that, like, the processor on that new console is stronger than the processor in the Wii, and that dropped, like, you know, in 2006. That's not even long ago. That's just technology, you know, progressing at the rate it usually does. And, like, so, yeah, like, the common theory, guys, is, like, that they're gonna port over games from the Wii onto, like, the handheld new 3DS, which is very, you know, it's probably gonna happen. I can see Super Mario Galaxy being processed on that thing, no problem.
Oh, then I would buy it. Done.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but that's the only thing I would, like, you know, do it for, like, because they're already porting over Xenoblade Chronicles, are they not?
Very
or is
true.
that to the Wii U? I don't remember which one.
No, I thought they were making Xenoblade Chronicles DS. Maybe? Were they? Maybe not.
Almost possible.
I think they were.
Whatever. That's all I can see from that. Other than that, like, the only games that they have that they even talked about was, like, that Codename Steam thing where you're Abraham Lincoln shooting things with the Fire Emblem amiibos.
Because that's the American thing to do. We just give Abraham Lincoln new jobs every couple.
Pretty much.
First he was Vampire Hunter, and now he's I guess some other.
I don't even know what he is.
Stupid. So I'm not getting that anytime soon. I don't want it yet. Now that I officially decided, I don't want it yet.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where until you need it, I don't think I'm gonna buy it.
Whatever.
Exactly.
I don't care that it's a new thing.
New 3DS guys, tell us your opinions. Club Nintendo's gonna shut down. Finally, there's no real point into Club Nintendo. I don't know all the specs about it. I don't know why it's gonna happen. But
I don't know. I
if
think they
someone
just
can
said they wanted
clarify.
something better. I think is what I read. They were just like, Club Nintendo has been great, but we're going to shut it down and we're going to do something else. Pretty much it, all they said so far.
Pretty much.
Don't really know too much about it, but that's all I know at the minute.
Okay.
I don't know.
Club Nintendo shutting down. Yay. Another
Yay.
piece of news, or in fact, not news. The Battle Frontier DLC is not announced yet. Like, what even is that? What even is that?
What does
You
that sound?
That would be me getting pretty frustrated. God. Really want Battle Frontier DLC. Do they not understand how much I need that? God.
I agree though. That would be pretty freaking sweet. They do need it.
For $7, calling it. Came
Nope.
up with this price in my head the
$7,
other day. I'm
alright.
calling it $7.
Not
I
like
would-
$6.99 or like $10. It's gonna
Oh,
be
it's the
$7.
same thing. $6.99, $7.99, $6.95. It's going to be more than $5.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't pay for that,
I would.
honestly. As much as I want Battle Frontier DLC, I don't have money. So if it's like, it would have to be less than £5. Otherwise, I can't deal with that.
Well, are they going to keep the conversion rate the same? Would it be $7 and £7, or would it be cheaper over
£7
here?
is too much. It would probably be about, if it was $7, it'd probably be about £5.
I guess it depends how complex they make it as well. I don't know.
Yeah, true. If they make like a direct copy just with like better graphics,
It could.
Then
I
I
mean, it
don't
could potentially
know.
be cheaper, like $5 or something.
yeah.
Plus,
Maybe.
it is the first Pokemon DLC they'd be releasing. So I mean, it's kind of like
Exactly.
they can't be risking just to charge a whole bunch of money for it.
Well, I said
Yeah.
7 because, Mario Kart 8 dropped DLC around that price. I know it was like $12 for 2 packs or something like that. And,
Yeah.
if that had like a bunch of new tracks and characters and costumes and things like that. And,
Yeah.
now that Nintendo's playing around with DLC, and they clearly, hinted at it, oh, yeah, the Battle Frontier, the thing that you wanted, to be here when we release these remakes, they'll be here soon. I'm sure that, they're going to release, something big. It's not just going to be a remake. It's going to be fucking this
I hope so.
whole new thing. It's going to be this giant spectacle, the Battle Frontier / Coliseum / this / that. It's going to be awesome. I have
Yeah.
a feeling. So
I hope so.
I'm excited to see what they do with it.
I think it'll be worth the money, whatever they
Watch
decide
when
to
they
charge.
have no plans. Watch when they have no plans for Battle Frontier now. They just won't do it, and we'll have overhyped it, and everyone assumes there's going to be Battle Frontier DLC, and then they just will never be it. And we'll just be, oh, that never happened.
Don't jinx it. Come on. man.
Well, if it doesn't come, then we'll just call it out. Paused. All right.
Pause. Yeah.
Besides that, with Pokken Tournament, we talked about it last subcast. The announcements came by. Super interesting stuff, man, on Pokken Tournament. Pokken Tournament
Suicune.
is shaping out to be quite the product. First, they did a stream on their Nico video web show, whatever it's called. And the first thing they did was they're like, oh, well, we're going to confirm 2 characters you did not see coming in a fighting game. Suicune and Gardevoir, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suicune
I didn't
and
know
Gardevoir.
that.
Crazy. And Pikachu.
And Pete.
And then they were
Oh,
like,
of
oh,
course.
here's Pikachu, right?
Of
I
course.
actually didn't expect that.
Pikachu can't not be in a Pokemon game.
I didn't
Exactly.
see
Freaking
that.
Suicune, man. That just surprises me.
That surprised me
Suicune
too.
really
Suicune in
surprised
this.
me.
Now, the gameplay is it's pretty much full 3D. It's a full 3D environment, and you fight kind of like in a circular,
Arena?
stage arena kind of thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to obviously Tekken and games
Yeah.
like that. Some of the bigger titles, the bigger games that you would think of that also have this same kind of fashion are games like Dragon Ball Z, Raging Blast, Naruto.
Makes me think of
Shippuden,
Soul
Ultimate
Calibur.
Ninja Storm, Soul Calibur just a bit. But
Yeah.
the camera is very dynamic. The graphics are beautiful. I don't know if
They
you
are
guys saw
great,
gameplay.
they are.
It's and that's because it's on its own processing power. It's unfortunately just an arcade game right now, only being talked about for
Right now.
Japanese release. But I'm sure it'll move consoles. It's insane. What's weird about this arcade game? The weirdest thing about it is that it has its own controller. A lot of the old Tekken arcade machines have the joystick and then the 6 row of buttons that you can pick. But no, there's an actual controller that you can just pick up that has its own D-pad and buttons. But it also has the joystick and all that, which is really weird. So
Yeah, which is easy to believe that they can be easily transfer it to a console game.
yes, exactly.
Specifically the Wii U, I think.
Yeah.
I think that will happen, but who knows?
Then pretty much the rest of the thing, they just kind of showed off that, it's full 3D. They showed like some support mechanics. So like you would have 2 Pokemon that you can choose from that can just kind of jump in to supply a little bit of extra damage. So say you play as Gardevoir, you can have, I don't know, I forgot who they showed off, but I think Volcarona was one of them, where you can be like, oh, Volcarona, use Fiery Dance here, please. Okay, thanks. And now I'm going to go deliver the rest or whatever. There's a single play. There's something called National Battle, which is probably online. And then there's an in-store battle, so pretty much you just battle against somebody right next to you. And then there's a tutorial to learn how to play through the entire thing. The backgrounds of the stages are like always moving, and there's always something to see, so they might be interactive backgrounds, kind of like Injustice and Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever seen those games, but in like Injustice, which is pretty much Mortal Kombat DC Universe fighting garbage, you can pick up things like the steel beams in the ceiling and just like hit people. Tanks are just kind of like rolling by, whatever the imagination. So that's pretty much Pokken Tournament. It's interactive. It's absolutely gorgeous. The game looks fun as hell. Like, it actually looks really fun, and it looks so clean too. Like, they presented it in such a good way. It looks great, and the moves themselves, like the combos, absolutely gorgeous to look at, and all the characters allow for a different playstyle, which is something that a lot of people who play fighting games always look for, because like when in fighting games you can only do so much, so you look for characters that like suit your style or whatever. So it just looks like a promising game. It's finally more than just a teaser now. So if you just go on YouTube, there you can totally look up some new gameplay footage. It's all in Japanese, but whatever. Just look at the pretty gameplay and the Japanese people having fun playing it. It's really, really cool. So what do you guys think, man? Now that you know that Suicune and Gardevoir are 2 characters I did not expect to be in this game, who would you call for this game? Because like this game can allow for such a big roster, where it's like, where do you even begin?
Exactly. Before, I think last week when we talked about it, a lot of the people we were expecting were just, standing up fighting type Pokemon. And now that they've released, 4-legged legendary dog Suicune, like why not Entei? Why not Raikou? Just why Suicune? Yeah. But now it's just opened up where I just have a feeling they could pretty much put anyone in this game now. I don't even know anymore.
I can see them doing something like, I don't know, Lugia or something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Lugia would be cool. Yeah.
That'd be OP.
That'd
be OP.
Still kind of cool.
Well, it's like, as soon as I saw Suicune, I was so excited for Terrakion, Virizion, and Cobalion. I was like, oh man, that would be awesome if they were in there, man.
The Justice.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
So, like, watch them go all out, and then they have literally every Pokemon in the game. That would just be absolutely ridiculous.
Funny. But I guess, like, knowing a Tekken game, too, they're probably just going to have, like, a cast list of, like, 20 or 30, maybe.
Yeah. Probably. But that's still a big roster, and they can choose really creative Pokemon out of that, too.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
A lot of ways it could go. So now it's just like I had a couple ideas in my head, but I don't know who could potentially be on this roster now.
I really want to see Electivire. I still think
Electivire would be sick.
That would be pretty cool.
Would be so sick. If there's Gardevoir, you have to have Gallade. Like, Gallade is meant for this game, man.
Oh my goodness, how did I not even think of Gallade?
Yeah. Like,
are they going to be able to Mega? Yeah, are they going to be able to Mega?
Gardevoir does go Mega.
Lucario goes Mega as well.
Lucario goes Mega as well. Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't seen the trailers, so I didn't know.
I didn't know that yet either.
I think all the Megas might be in there, if that's the case. Mega Blastoise, I would destroy, just because Blastoise is my favorite Pokemon.
Pops into mind.
Kangaskhan, that'd be annoying.
It would be annoying, but for some reason...
Beedrill, though? That would be weird.
You don't want, like, Mega Pidgeot just, like, swooping in there. Actually, I would laugh to see Mega Altaria in these beautiful new graphics. Giant sloth. Going nuts.
That's a good point. Didn't even think about that. That's a good point. So
I don't know. Mega Sceptile would be cool.
Mega Sceptile would be cool. Oh, the Brawlic.
Yeah, it's like Blaziken. Like, I can definitely see... Like, Blaziken's probably someone I could have pictured for the game without, like... If there was no...
Well, Blaziken
Or
was teased a long
Blaziken is
time
someone
ago.
I pictured in the game before.
Yeah.
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 Blaziken was
Yeah, it
teased,
was.
so Blaziken,
Oh, okay.
will obviously be
I
sneaking
would
in
assume
the ring.
Blaziken's in it.
Yeah, he has to be in it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
See,
But no,
this is
Pokken
Cool.
Tournament.
pretty neat game. I mean,
Do we
I
know?
wish they... Go ahead.
I was saying, do we know if there's going to be any like type effectiveness? Because I think
I was about
really...
to bring that up.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, I think it would be cool if they added a little more Pokemon like element to it. So it's like, oh, you're gonna choose Lucario. Let me go in Blaziken. Every time I Blaze kick you, does more damage than like a regular, punch or something. That would be neat.
Not like OP, not like double, but like a little bit more.
Yeah, it shouldn't be the same as.
Oh,
the
right.
standard meta, but-
Just
Maybe
an
they'll
extra
have like a
7%.
signature move, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think
be
they
a thing.
do. I know
I
that
think, I think in the trailer they saw something like kind of like a Final Smash, but not,
Oh, okay.
which looked kind of cool.
yeah, they all have.
I
like,
saw the
their own-
trailer. To be honest, I don't remember a lot of it. But I just remember the graphics. The graphics are gorgeous.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're so pretty. They're so pretty. Hopefully they bring it to Wii U and it looks just like that. If it looks
I
just
feel like
that,
there's a lot of hype about this game for it just to be an arcade game, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
because
there
it's
is.
not just an arcade game. Like
We
it
hope
has
it's
to come to Wii U. It has to come.
Exactly.
Close.
Otherwise, that's just a stupid. This is just a stupid business move on whatever companies. Like, you can't just tease this
Yeah.
to all of America and then say like, oh, hey, it's never coming over there.
Sorry.
Like,
Yeah.
it's.
Maybe it's just an advert to say, "Hey, come move to Japan."
Yeah, we're
done.
better than
That's-
you.
See you
that's
later.
dumb. Guess
Bye,
it's all-
America.
Yeah. Who knows?
Alrighty.
Whatever. Fun stuff with Pokken. That's pretty much it. Outside of video game news, Primal Clash is coming out next week. TCG expansion of XY, I think. Might be an
Nice.
I don't
expansion of
know.
XY. It might be just an Oris new set, but who knows? Over 150 cards dropping very, very soon. And we record the subcast on Wednesdays, but on Saturday, Taylor and I will be at York, Pennsylvania, meeting up for the first time ever, doing a pre-release of this set. So we're gonna be getting these cards and competing with these cards and making a whole day out of it, and it's gonna be really, really cool. There's events.
So freaking exciting.
Yeah, me too. There's events all over the place, guys. I've warned you for the past 2-3 weeks now that to go onto the events page on Pokemon.com to see if there's events near you. There still are probably pre-releases going on, or I think there are pre-releases going on during the week that we go to our pre-release. So I think for the next week until the thing drops, the actual set is actually available to everyone, you can go get it.
Yeah.
And you can go compete and meet some cool people and have fun with Pokemon cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll be making a whole day out of it and vlogging it and meeting all sorts of people, and it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. And then after this whole new set in the TCG, all we have is just a Pokemon special in X and Y. So, new anime that's just coming. It's supposed to handle a lot of stuff. It has to... It's gonna be in the fashion, apparently, of Pokemon Origin. So, I don't know if you guys actually saw the Pokemon Origins special anime. It actually
I did
features
not.
Red and Blue.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah. The 4-episode special?
Yeah, the 4-episode special, it features Red and Blue. It pretty much shows Red's journey in Pokemon Red and Blue. It's actually really, really good. And that's how they announced Charizard X, by the way.
Yep, I
'Cause
remember
Mr.
that.
Mr. Fuji, Sani,
Fuji, I think.
Suzuki, Toyota,
Fuji?
Honda
Something
Civic.
like that.
Yeah, whatever. He gives him the Mega Stone. You don't know it's a Mega Stone yet because you don't even think about it. And then he's in a fight with Mewtwo in Cerulean Cave, and then Charizard falls in the water, and then evolves into Mega Charizard X instead of Y, and it's just absolutely badass, and it's so cool. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's actually a
I need
really
to go
well
watch
done
that.
anime.
Yeah, the
It's so
only
good.
disappointing thing
Yeah, I
was that
should
it
watch
came
it.
out, and I was expecting it to be kind of like a season long. It's only 4 episodes, which just kind of sped up, and you miss a lot of the nostalgia from the first original games. And I wanted to see it a little bit more in depth, but for what it is, it's really well done.
It's really well done. I loved it.
I'll
It was
definitely
so
watch that.
good.
Yeah, it was really good. 4 episodes, so yeah, 2 hours Netflix. That's not
Yeah.
too bad, or not Netflix,
That's
but
fine.
that's not too bad. That's
It's
like
on
how
Hulu
much.
Plus. It's on Hulu Plus.
I mean,
So
we
you
all
guys can
act
watch
like
that.
we don't watch that much YouTube in a day anyway, so.
Right. What's it it called? So yeah, this Pokemon Special on X and Y, it's going to be coming out in that similar fashion. So it's actually going to star the Kalos trainers. I don't know their names. Don't ask me. They're French. Serena, that's one, and then the guy.
Shauna.
What's the guy's name?
What's the guy's name, Taylor?
Why do I know? There's Shauna.
Because I played as the guy, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, you're talking about the actual. Isn't it like Callum?
Calum.
Calum.
Something?
C-A-L-E-M, I think. I don't.
C-A-L-E-M.
Calum.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something French. Whatever. So yeah, that's that, and that's yay, woohoo. Anime news, and that's all I have for the news. Tell me what you guys think in the description. What do you think of Pokken, man? Pokken's like the biggest news in the comments. Description, the interacted place where you can write things. The comments, alright? Description, whatever, man. Just write. Just tell me how you feel about Pokken, man. That's all I care about. Tell me how you feel about Pokken, and tell me who you think will make it to the roster and who won't make it to the roster. If Bidoof is not on the roster, I will kill someone.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, and let's talk to our guest now. PokeTuber interview. So, this is a segment where we just bring in somebody in the Pokemon community, whether they're a tuber or not, and we just talk to them. And today's guest, just to recap what I said earlier, he is not only one of our best supporters, but he is also a general Let's Play YouTuber, the host of the Mono Quiz Monday, a non-believer of the word faucet, and plays the role of Gordon Selfridge on the British television drama Mr. Selfridge. Really interesting guest. Give it up for EuphAuric, guys.
Woo!
Oh,
Woo! Again.
Hey. Woo again.
So, EuphAuric, really standard question that everybody asks at the beginning of any single YouTuber interview. Why'd you start YouTube?
Oh, goodness. Well, to be honest, it was more of a thing to get me into a community, if anything, you know. Going through my profession, you don't really meet that many people that are interested in gaming as much as I am. And I've always been really interested in gaming. And so it's kind of just to share my love of gaming, really. And it's been great, you know. YouTube, especially now that I think I've had my channel up for 8 or 9 months now. It's really starting to pick up now, and I'm really getting to interact with people, yourselves included. No, it's really great. That's why I started, anyway.
It's awesome.
That's one of my favorite parts of the YouTube community is just the people of it.
Exactly.
That's definitely what I can say is one of my favorite parts as well.
So true.
Yeah, it's just making friends, really.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And just interacting with people. It's awesome.
That's neat.
Yeah.
All our inner nerds come out when YouTube's here too.
Exactly.
I love it.
It's funny that you say, like, in a place where, like, you don't, you know, like, where gaming isn't, like, really a thing amongst all the people that you know.
Yeah.
Like, and you're referencing your whole acting career, right?
Yeah, well, I started off in musical theatre, so that's where I'm originally based. I did for years. I did singing, dancing, and acting, and then I graduated drama school a couple of years back, and I went straight into this TV role, which was ridiculous. But yeah, going back to the point, people in those worlds really aren't gamers, or I rarely meet gamers, at least not to the extent that I am. I mean, I'm pretty geeky, hardcore gamer as far as people go. So yeah, it's just about meeting people that share a common interest.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's interesting. That reminds me of Matt Pat from Game Theory. He kind of has like a he grew up in all that stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a bit of a musical theatre love.
Yeah.
Who else
Exactly,
does?
yeah.
Another YouTuber, really freaking clever. He loves musical theatre as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
It's really cool. And I feel like it might help you. Having your acting experience can really help you with the whole YouTube thing and being entertaining in your videos and being outgoing. Because
Absolutely.
a lot of people when they start are very kind of timid and just hi guys, I'm gonna do a video now and it's gonna be great.
Right,
but I feel like you especially, you're quite like outgoing, you're quite upbeat in your videos and stuff, and I think I'm guessing your acting skills help with that. I would assume.
Well, yeah, it's interesting you say that. I've always been a massive introvert. Like,
Really?
yeah,
Really?
yeah, totally. I've hugely. I always credit my girlfriend for bringing me out of my shell and actually making me interact with people. Before I met her, I was very much stay at home, watch TV, play games. You know, I just very introverted. And acting and my girlfriend have both brought me out of that a little bit. And yeah, that does really help having those sorts of skills. I do air quotes for that. Skills does help for YouTube because, I mean, it's just about entertaining people, isn't it, really?
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree, though. I mean, I couldn't tell that you were an introvert, you know, through watching your videos. You're just entertaining
massively.
right
Me
off the
neither.
bat. I love it.
Yeah, it's just putting on a persona. That's all acting is.
Exactly. Pretty much. All right, so I've got a very serious question for you, though.
Okay.
Very serious question right now. Okay.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration for making Mono Quiz Mondays?
Seriously, what was it? Because, oh
I'm
my
not
lord,
kidding.
that
I was
video.
in tears yesterday.
No, she was. She was in the Skype call when RhyQuinn told us to all go watch it, and
Yeah.
then she was crying like for a good.
It was
7
hilarious.
minutes.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
It's one of the best
Mono
videos I've
Quiz-
ever seen. For
Mono
those of
Quiz
you that don't know,
Mondays.
real quick, Mono Quiz Mondays, EuphAuric made a parody video of my series, the RhyQuiz, and he kind of combined it with another series I do, Monotype Mondays, so it became Mono Quiz Mondays, and he basically just did like a parody video. I'm not going to say like what happens in it, because I won't spoil it, but you guys go watch it. Links will be in the description for that, Lacen. Make sure you put those in the description. People have to go watch this video. But like,
Your life will be changed forever.
your
Just
life
go
will be
watch it.
changed. It's hilarious.
I was really worried that it wouldn't hit the mark. You know, like it
Yeah.
was, I was really worried that it was going to go up and you'd be watching it like, what the hell is this? Is he seriously stealing my stuff?
I was doing that in a good way, like because you did the style of it, how you like wrote over all the stuff and like crossed stuff out, and it was just brilliant. Just everything about it, the editing and the way you did it was just hilarious. It just made it really great. So
Got to give a shout out to Chaos as well for helping me out with that.
yeah, Chaos in the Sky features in that video too. So you both did very, very well.
The screenshots you got of RhyQuinn. Just
Yeah,
on
that was so
point,
good.
on
That
point.
killed me. Oh my
It was so
god.
good.
That killed me so much.
Literally,
Oh,
best
yeah.
thing I've seen in such a long time.
Yeah.
I did
But-
search through your videos quite
I
extensively.
was going to say, you got that from quite a few different videos. So I was like, he's done his research on this one. That's impressive.
But yeah, my
I've-
inspiration
we've-
for it it wasn't RhyQuinn. No, not at all. I totally
No.
another Pokemon, please. No, of course it was RhyQuinn.
Yeah. But I seem to remember you saying it. I think I was streaming, and I think it might have been you and Chaos actually. We're just saying about how you wanted to do another Pokemon quiz or something. Oh, I'm going to call it Mono Quiz Mondays, and we're all just like, ha, 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 very funny. And then like you never mentioned it again, and then you just upload this video. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's where I started. I just got the idea
Yeah.
from that, and I think I was in the shower, and I was like, right, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to contact Chaos and get this done.
I think I remember being in that stream too, actually.
Yeah.
So, that's oh my goodness, that is amazing.
Hilarious. But I feel like we've probably overhyped that video now, so we're going to stop talking about that. Because
Oh, dude, I
Don't
could talk
overhype
about that all day. It's so...
I know, it's so good though.
All right. Well, I've got a question for you, EuphAuric. So, a lot of us, I guess, are just mostly Pokemon-based channels, but you do more of just a general and LP channel.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, do you have a favorite game that you haven't LP'd yet that you're looking forward to do later on?
You know, if you'd said that a month ago, then I would have said Mass Effect. But I've
No,
just
you
started it.
with that.
Yeah.
But what else? I mean, Mass Effect is basically one of my favourite trilogies. Aside from that, I'm a huge Zelda fan.
Okay.
That's what I grew up on. But I'm not sure how valid that is as a Let's Play, because it's kind of... It's so linear, and it's so... everyone has kind of the same experience with it. So I'm not sure
True.
how valid that is as a Let's Play. Maybe when the new one comes out. And also because Nintendo's a big dick, and they don't like people doing LPs of their stuff.
No, they
Yeah.
really don't. I could rant about that forever. It's really bad. Oh god.
Yeah, are you having, Lacen, you having trouble with your what's it, the fighting game? Don't know what's left.
Smash Bros. No, I don't. Not now, because I actually got rid of my music. I have another friend, Save the J, who recently posted something on Super Smash Brothers. He put 2 videos, all of them half an hour each. 7 minutes, literally 7 minutes after the upload, he got flagged for copyright because he had music that was from Nintendo on it. And I silence mine all the time. I'm really pissed off at Nintendo because I actually did a Mario Kart 8 series.
Yeah, so did I.
For a long time. And I uploaded like a good 9 episodes of that. And then one day I just woke up and my channel got a copyright strike because of, I guess, some visuals and some music that was used in there. And I didn't know how to turn off the music in the game at the time. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just going to take this down and not do Mario Kart ever again because screw it. So I just stick to Pokemon for now and in Smash Bros. And just replace the music tracks so I don't get flagged for anything.
Sure.
So I'm good now, but I wouldn't Let's Play a game. Like I wanted to do the whole Let's Play thing, but I was gonna stick Nintendo because I don't really want to Let's Play anything else because I know I wouldn't do it other than Nintendo. But yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge fanboy of Nintendo's, so I can't bag on them too much. But they need to sort themselves out, really.
Yeah, they really
their
do.
PR.
They really do.
Agreed.
Now that we're talking other video games, though, my question to you is, like, you bring up Mass Effect. You brought it up in our comments before, because I think Taylor and I were talking about games that she likes. I haven't played Mass Effect yet, and I have to get around to doing it.
Breaks my heart.
Have to.
Good.
What other series besides those 2 are, like, you really invested in?
Oh, my goodness.
Off YouTube.
Off of YouTube, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well... And yeah, as I said, anything Zelda, I will eat that up. Absolutely. Like, I've just got Hyrule Warriors, playing that, loving that.
There you go.
I haven't played it yet, but I will.
What else? I don't... You put me on the spot here. Pokemon, yeah, well, that's a bit unoriginal, but you guys are... I've only just started Omega Ruby, so that's fun.
Oh, really?
I'm just looking at my library of games, trying to pick something out. Yeah, no, give me another question. I can't think of anything.
Oh, man. Have you ever tried Dead Space at all?
Yes, but I've not done Dead Space 3 because of all the horrible reviews about it. I did Dead Space 1 and 2 and absolutely loved them.
Don't knock Dead Space 3. That's the best in the series.
Really? Wow.
Story-wise, maybe not gameplay because, you know, like, Dead Space started off as, like, you know, like, this horror survival, and you won't get, like, Dead Space 2 doesn't even amount to that same feeling that you get playing the first one, but Dead Space 3 comes closer, it's just not totally there, but everything about it is absolutely perfect.
Fair enough, I'll have to play it then.
In my opinion, that's my favorite Dead Space. Don't go by the reviews, like, ever. When it comes to like some of these games, like I don't do the whole IGN thing anymore. I can't ever since 7.8 too much water. Ever since then, I was like, nah. But yeah, try Dead Space 3. That's a good one.
Oh, well, yeah, I have to. I mean, I've played both the first 2 over and over again because I love them so much. So
yeah, play Dead Space 3, man. It's beauty, sheer beauty.
Definitely will.
Well, linked with that. You're saying that, obviously you just said you don't make Pokemon videos, you do Let's Plays and lots of other things. And you just touched on the fact you just started Omega Ruby, but how much Pokemon do you actually, like, play, just in your own time, kind of thing?
Well, I don't know how much this is compared to you guys, but I did just pop onto Pokemon X the other day, just to see what was going on there, and I put in 330 hours into that.
Wow.
Which is... I don't know how much that is compared to how much you guys play on it.
That's a good bit.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, I'm not out of the game.
Actually, that's probably more than I have logged on my game. So
yeah, I think it's probably more than me.
Sweet.
But I didn't go proper. I didn't go in depth in X. I don't think. I kind of played the game a couple of times and then I don't know, got some pokes and did some competitive battles and stuff. But I didn't really explore like everything about it, which I could have done. But
I did.
Whatever.
Oh man.
Yeah, I pretty much did. And Pokemon X was the first game I ever, well, the first Pokemon game that I really like went in depth with the meta and with breeding, and I mean, I got the shiny charm.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm really proud of this. It took me hours. I went through. I bred one of every Pokemon. And I've got them set up in my boxes, so it's like a little Pokedex just with all the Pokemon, minus a few of the
so cool.
super
nice.
legendaries. Minus a few of those, like some of the Reggies I don't have, but I will.
Yeah.
They're in Omega Ruby, aren't they? And Alpha
Yes.
Sapphire,
Indeed.
the Reggies.
Yes.
Sweet, so I'll be
They are.
getting them.
That's so cool.
But yeah, Rye, you don't play much else apart from Pokemon.
No, I
said
literally
one
don't
of the
play anything
podcasts.
else. But I actually don't spend that much time playing the games nowadays either, because it's making videos.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
it's so weird. As a PokeTuber, I've noticed that I don't even actually think, because if I didn't make videos when Oris came out, I would have just sat down. I would have no life to that whole game. Probably played nothing but that for like a week, and I can still say that I personally have not beaten Oris yet, which is really, really, really awful. But I've streamed it, and then I never got to finish my stream, and I've just not turned it on since. And I think we just put so much time into our videos that I actually don't really sit down and play my game very often at all.
Exactly. Like, the only reason I go on my Omega Ruby nowadays is to have a battle, and half the time I'm just playing Showdown online instead.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like, if that counts as Pokemon, because I am technically playing like something Pokemon related, then Showdown I play like that like all the time. But actual like Pokemon games, Omega Ruby I really don't play that much.
I
Whatever.
turn my game on when we record the FFAs for the Battle Subway, and that's
Yeah.
about it, really.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
that's crazy, though. That's awesome that you took the time to breed all those Pokemon. The patience,
yeah, it
man.
took me a while. I mean, I had nothing else to do. As an actor, you have especially as a TV actor, I have so much free time. So much free time. It's amazing. That's partially why I can do YouTube to the extent
Yeah.
that I do.
Yeah,
It
that's
isn't even
great,
that
though.
much.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite time to, or that's my favorite thing to do when I'm not at work, so. Work on YouTube.
Exactly.
Word, same. Well,
So I guess I have one more question for you, and it's just, I'm just curious as to, so far on your channel, because you've done a lot of different LPs, what has been your favorite one so far that you've completed or have pretty much almost finished?
Well, I'm going to have to go with the first one that kind of got me onto it. It was Dark Souls 2. I mean, it's just such a hilarious game to
Oh my
play.
goodness, it's so good.
It's such a
Haven't
hilarious
played
game to watch yourself back playing. I mean, I'm still in the process of getting all the best bits of it because I completed that about a month ago, I think. And there's some of the reactions, some of the stuff that I get up to in that game, and how much I hate myself in some of the episodes because I'm just absolutely raging.
Oh yeah.
It's great. It's an experience unlike any other.
Yeah.
So Dark Souls 2. I mean, especially seeing my progression as a YouTuber, going from the first episode, literally, I had never edited before. I'd never done anything really before, and then all the way to the end. It's going to have a special place in my heart.
See,
Dark
that's somewhat of a
Souls 2.
long Let's Play too.
Yeah, it was. It was like 60 episodes, I think, and
Damn.
yeah, 60
Damn.
episodes, and that took me like 7 months to do because I upload once every other day. Yeah, no,
crazy.
it took me a long time.
That's great though. That's such a good game. I need to
I
play
haven't
through it
played
again.
yet, man.
It's
I haven't
great.
played that game yet, man.
No, I really want to replay it as like a different class. So I was playing as kind of like a warrior class. I want to do like pyromancy and all that sort of stuff because it's so in depth. If you really get into it, you can't
Oh,
even
yeah.
brush like break the surface with a let's play. There's so much to that game that you can get into.
Yeah. Oh, and I love the way you edit your videos, by the way. It's hilarious.
Well,
Yeah, me
that's the thing with let's plays. I think there are so many let's plays where it's literally just put the camera on and just record you doing it. And to be a bit different, like I put the face cam on because I might as well put my face on, and that shows a bit more of my acting like personality coming out.
Yeah, and your reactions and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And
Exactly.
the whole editing thing, I think it just keeps the pace up, That's why I really like to... I spend quite a bit of time in the editing, which I assume a lot of Let's Plays don't.
Right, they don't.
Yeah, just, throw a
Absolutely
face cam
not.
video done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It gets a lot.
exactly.
All right.
Awesome. I think it's time.
Say
Lacen, you going to hand over?
I will hand it over in just a little bit, but once again, guys, please make sure you go check out EuphAuric's channel. Really, really good stuff. And help me out with this one, EuphAuric, because I don't know all the details. Watch him on TV. Right? Watch this man on TV.
Well, if you're in England, it's as when this is going up, it's on every Sunday at 9 on ITV, and I mean it'll be showing over in America in March, I think.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it starts in March. So, yeah, let me know what you think of it, and yeah, do all the good stuff. Go check me out on YouTube and whatnot, and let me know what you think of Mr. Selfridge.
Dude, I'm so going to watch that.
Yeah, he plays Gordon Selfridge, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, the son of the
So,
boss.
make sure it's the
Awesome.
the white guy with the mustache. So make sure you guys go
Which
check
is, like,
that
literally every character from Mr.
the
Selfridge.
small mustache. The small mustache.
Yeah, the small
There.
caterpillar on his face.
There you
mustache.
go.
Yeah,
That's the one.
that
Not the nice big groomed one. Alright. And now I'm going to excuse my English accent. I'm going to move it on to RhyQuinn for his competitive corner.
Every time. So bad. Every time.
It's-
I think it tends to
It's
get
pretty
worse
bad.
a little bit every time.
It's worse
Well, I mean,
every
like,
It's
time.
like slower and
You-
more drawn out, I think, every time.
Try an American accent. I bet you guys can't do it.
Competitive corner.
That was actually
That was
pretty
really that was pretty bad actually. Too much
Hey.
in corner.
Okay,
Hey.
well, okay.
Too much
I mean, you're
meant to
putting
have
so
a
much
good
emphasis
accent.
on competitive. I think
On
corner
purpose.
was
On
pretty good.
purpose.
God.
I think it's not bad.
Hashtag take one. All right, let's move forward.
Wow.
RhyQuinn's competitive corner.
Right, so we're here in competitive corner.
Oh,
Not
shut it.
competitive. And today I'm going to bring you guys a cool Pokemon. I was going to do a lower tier Pokemon, but I decided against it because I realized I wanted to highlight this one. But next week I'm going to do a lower tier Pokemon because I feel like I'm just doing like OU stuff and I need to do something different. But this week is going to be OU again. It is going to be a Mega Lopunny,
Yes,
which
it
has
has.
obviously been used quite a lot. It's probably one of the most used Megas nowadays is Mega Lopunny. But I've got a different set for you guys. I've got something different here. Alright, so the set, I'll go over the set, then we'll go over the details. So, what you're going to have is Lopunny with, obviously, the Lopunite. It's going to have Limber as its ability, so it can't get paralyzed, and then once you Mega Evolve, it has Scrappy. You're going to have 4 in HP, 252 in attack, and 252 in speed with an Adamant nature, not a Jolly, an Adamant nature. And you're going to have Substitute, Focus
Interesting.
Punch, Ice Punch, and Drain Punch.
Very
Okay.
interesting.
Different, okay? I'm crediting Don Fanatic for this set. He faced me in a battle and had this Mega Lopunny set, and it was awesome. So I was like, "Hey, I'm totally going to use that." Okay, so think about this hypothetical situation. You enter a battle, and your opponent leads with a Lopunny. What are you expecting it to do first?
Set up
turn?
the suite,
Lacen,
man.
what do you think it would do?
Let's
first
start
turn?
attacking. I'm just expecting a high
Yeah.
jump kick.
So your opponent probably with a Lopunny.
Oh,
I
fake
would
out.
expect
Sorry,
fake
I
out.
forgot all about fake,
Fake
out,
out.
man. I forgot all
100%.
about fake out.
100%. First turn, everyone expects a fake out. Everyone expects a fake out, right? So what you're going to do is, you lead with a Lopunny, your opponent's going to expect a fake out. They're probably, unless they led with their physically defensive Pokemon, they're probably going to switch out into their physically defensive Pokemon to take it, right? So what you do is say, hey, you're going to switch, I'm going to go ahead and set up a substitute. So you Mega Evolve, yeah, I said that with an R, shut up. You're going to Mega Evolve, you're going to set up a substitute, alright? Set up a substitute, alright? Which means the next turn, whatever they bring in, you get a free Focus Punch. Doesn't really matter what they bring in, because that is a base 150 stab Focus Punch from a Mega Lopunny, which has a base 136 attack. Good God, that's powerful, okay? And there's not much they can do unless they have, like, Infiltrator, which isn't that many Pokemon, honestly. So, that is just ridiculous amounts of power on that. And then, of course, it has 135 speed as well,
Yeah.
which is incredible. I'm just going to give you a few calculations right now on stuff and things it can do to Pokemon right now. Okay, so this Mega Lopunny Focus Punch on a max physically defensive Skarmory, which is the biggest physical threat in OU, pretty much. It does over half, or around half. It varies from 47 to 55% damage, okay? Which is just over half. Which means you can't kill this Skarmory, which is fair enough, but you're going to put a huge dent in it, which is basically the whole point of this Lopunny. It's just to put huge dents in your opponent's team, so the rest of your team can kind of, like, break it apart and clean up the rest of it. If it's like a physically defensive Rotom Wash, which is obviously another very common physically defensive Pokemon, you go for that Focus Punch. It does 64.6 to 76.5% damage, guaranteed 2-hit KO, and of course you're going to outspeed and you can kill it with a Drain Punch after that. Rotom Wash is dealt with. Or how about something like a physically defensive Mega Sableye? Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a guaranteed OHKO. Okay, right. That makes sense. Jesus Christ. So much power. So much power from Mega Lopunny. And obviously your HP is going to be a little bit dwindled with the substitute.
Drain Punch, yep.
And that's why you have Drain Punch. You can get Drain Punch to get some health back. Or you can have Wish support or Healing Wish support. Wherever you feel like. You can get some HP back that way. And you can switch out, after you've fired off that Focus Punch, you can switch out and use him later. It has base 135 speed. It's going to be outspeeding a hell of a lot of things. Like Latios, unless it's Scarfed. If it's like a Life Orb Latios or something like that. A Focus Punch on the switch, and then an Ice Punch kills it. Mega Metagross, a Focus Punch and a Drain Punch kills it. Mega Gallade, a Focus Punch and a Drain Punch kills it. It just does so much work. It's really, really great. The one main thing that you need to watch out for this is Landorus Therian, which is probably the most used Pokemon in OU right now. Landorus Therian is all over the place. After an Intimidate, which it will get the Intimidate on the Switch because you substitute after the Switch, unless, of course, they switch in their Landorus after you've already set up a substitute, which is unlikely, but they switch in their Landorus first. With Intimidate, a Focus Punch and an Ice Punch combo does not kill the Landorus. That's a physically defensive Landorus. However, if it is a physically defensive Landorus, it can't kill Lopunny either, with like an Earthquake or something like that. Even after substitute damage, an Earthquake doesn't kill him. So if you're willing to let Lopunny, go down to pretty low health, it will be in the red, pretty much, then you can like go for it and take out this Landorus. And that's especially if you feel like you can get off some Drain Punches or you have some Wish support, then that might be a really, really good thing to do. Take out that Landorus, that's a huge, huge threat out the way. However, if it's a Scarf Landorus, then you need to watch out, because you still can't kill it with the Focus Punch, Ice Punch combo, and an Earthquake kills Lopunny after losing the substitute HP. So, you need to watch out for Landorus T. But that's pretty much one of the only things, really. You just got to be careful with what you use it against. But the main thing is, Lopunny's just going to put a huge dent. Doesn't matter what it is, it's going to put in a huge dent, regardless of whatever Pokemon it is. So, that's basically the whole point of it. You just put in a dent, and the rest of your team comes in and kind of cleans up. Or, you can switch out Lopunny, bring Lopunny in later on, and use it to clean up again with the Drain Punch and the Ice Punch. And maybe if you feel like you can get up another substitute and Focus Punch again. Who knows? But that's basically the whole point of this thing, is just to let things sweep. And you also have to watch out for some Scarf Pokemon too. It's going to outspeed a lot of things, but Scarf Pokemon obviously outspeed Lopunny too. You have to watch out for those Prankster Will-O-Wisp from Sableye, although, of course, you're scrappy, so you can hit it with a Focus Punch or whatever. So, just watch out for a few things, but if you use this guy right, it can put in some absolute serious work. So, it's just absolute power for Mega Lopunny. So that's been Competitive Corner, that's been Mega Lopunny. What do you guys think of that one?
What, Mega
What do you reckon?
Lopunny?
You reckon you could use that?
What, Mega Lopunny? No.
Do you reckon you'd want to use that set? Do you reckon you'd want to use that set?
At the end of the day, it's still a rabbit. No.
Nah?
Can't. Yeah, I'll use it. I'm just kidding. I'll use it. That's a good set. That's a good set. It's funny because like whenever I go up against my thing with Showdown and such, right, is like I'm so low on the ladder because I'm always switching computers that my ladder like always like resets where it's like, oh, you're back in 1,000. So whenever I see a Mega Lopunny, it always just goes for the high jump kick. I forget that Fake Out's a move on a Lopunny unless there's like somebody on the lower on the lower ladder that actually knows what they're doing. So like when I watch other people play with Mega Lopunny, it didn't even like click to me where I was like, oh yeah, they usually always use Fake Out. So like this whole instead of Fake Out, fake them out with Substitute. Yeah. That's just such a good setup. Substitute Focus Punch is like a move that's pretty, like, the synergy between the two of them is absolutely beautiful, but it's just so hard to pull off. I didn't realize that Mega Lopunny was so rapid. Like, I had no idea, like, that thing was so quick. I thought I knew it packed a punch, but I didn't know that, like, it was, like, so quick. Like, what's the base speed of Mega Lopunny? That's Mega Manectric's base speed, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, so that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think so. But, and I mean, stuff that's the same, like, base speed as Mega Lopunny, it's probably going to get outsped because I'm running Adamant instead of Jolly. But I feel like it's definitely worth it to sacrifice the speed, because you're still going to be outspeeding a hell of a lot of things. Like, I ran a thing, by the way, a Jolly Mega Metagross, fully invested, still does not outspeed this Mega Lopunny, even though it's Adamant. So, I think it's well worth it. Those common, like, quick Pokemon, like Mega Metagross and Latios and Mega Gallade, it still outspeeds them all, even if they're Jolly. So, I definitely think it's worth it for that extra power. That's what it's all about, is just hitting really hard. So yeah, that has been Mega Lopunny. This has been Competitive Corner, and I'm going to hand over to AmasianTae.
Very good segment, RhyQuinn. Very quick. I'll give you a round of applause for that one.
Nice one.
Thank you very much.
Very, very good. You spoke very quickly. All right, now let's cut the bullshit. Go ahead, Taylor.
Get ready for the comment caboose.
All right, guys, we've reached the last segment of the Subcast here, which is the comment caboose, which is where I run and I read your guys' questions from last week's Subcast or on AskFM/BattleSubway and whatnot. So, first off, we're going to kick off this question that we have forgotten to answer. We need to answer this question, and we said we were going to think about it, and I think we've had plenty of time. But Epo wants to know, what kind of new metagame would we like to have in Pokemon?
See, the thing is, there's so many elements I can't even decide. That's my main problem.
Monotype ladder.
Like, there is one. That's the problem.
Oh, is there?
In Showdown.
A monotype ladder? That's
yeah,
interesting. Okay.
Yep. So I guess the way that I took this question was, what could I have in a main story Pokemon game that I don't already? Because I can't really think of things that I just want to, like, add. I'm just trying to, like... I guess I'm taking this question more as, like, what is my dream Pokemon game that Pokemon hasn't completed? And I know that a lot of people don't want this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. But I want a giant Pokemon game that I can go to every freaking region.
Classic.
One that I can just sit there and play for, like, a while. Like, I don't want to be able to beat a Pokemon game in, like 2 days, 3 days, a week. I want to be able to sit down there and play this long storyline and go to every region. For, like, see, a lot of people don't.
I feel like I want to.
A lot of people don't want that, but I don't know. If you had
I think it would be cool to have, like, it's not the same character through every region, because obviously you're going to hit like a level 100 in, like, region 2, and you're like, oh, okay,
yeah, exactly.
Now what? So I think it would be cool to, like, change the characters up each region, or, like, have, like, some kind of overarching storyline where all these characters meet up at the end or something like that, and it's like leaves like a big thing at the end or something. I think that could work. Maybe
there would be a lot of things that you'd have to work out, but I don't know, something I've always dreamed of. And I don't know, I couldn't think of anything that I want to change in the current metagame, so that's just kind of what I had in mind.
Yeah.
Going off what Tay's saying with that, I'd like to see an adult Pokemon game.
Oh my goodness, right?
So true.
Yeah,
like, that's
so true.
Aimed at adults and is aimed at being difficult, not just for the fluffy Pokemon. Go beat the bad guys. Actual something gritty. I'd love to see that. That would be incredible.
Exactly.
One of my favorite memes on the internet is the picture. It says it's Call of Duty, and it says target audience is like adults, teenagers, and then it says actual audience is like 10-year-olds, 8-year-olds, something like that, and then it says Pokemon underneath, and its target audience is like 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, and then its actual audience is people our age, in our 20s,
teenagers,
adults.
Teenagers, 20-year-olds, stuff like that. So it's like, I definitely think that they need to step it up a little bit. Come on, Pokemon.
Exactly. Even if it's just a little bit. Just don't market it to children. Market it to teenagers instead. Like,
exactly.
Even that would be much better, I think. And I'm not ruling kids out. I know kids is obviously like a huge market, and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, but just one game, like, come on now. You can
Exactly.
do that.
Yeah.
I feel like at one point they made, like, I mean, I'm not the biggest Naruto fan, but, like, I feel like at even one point, like, Naruto even was made a little bit more mature for teenagers and stuff like that. Like, it used to be really kiddie, and then they even up that for a little bit, and I wish that they would do that with Pokemon.
I mean, like, it's not... Like, even games like The Legend of Zelda have done that kind of thing before, where it's like, you know, you had all pretty colorful Ocarina of Time, then you go into, like, a bit darker themes in Twilight Princess and things like that, you know? Like... It's just, I can rant about Pokemon storyline forever. I did a video on it. It's like, it's just, they just need to, I think they want to, because Nintendo is very well aware of their audience at this point. They have to be. I mean, with all the flagging they do, they have to know who's doing what here, right? But it's like, I think, it's like we say we wish for all these things, and I feel like once they deliver it, we're going to be like, that was terrible. You know what I mean? Because, like, gamers don't really know what they want. Because, like, take Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness. A lot of people kind of hated those titles. I loved it. I loved them both.
XD Gale of Darkness, favorite Pokemon game of all time.
Coliseum's mine, but for nostalgic reasons more than, you know, actual story. But, you know, like, the crowds that played that game, or played those two titles, like, when those two titles were released, so 2002 and 2005, they hated those games. Got terrible reviews, and like Game Freak was just trying to put out something new, make something out of their storyline. But no, they'd rather 80 hours of grinding and Elite Four. It's pretty much that's it.
Yeah.
It's just a formula that they've been with since the very beginning, and they're just gonna stick to it because it works. Exactly. But everybody wants that whole gritty game, but. It's just, how do you do it?
And the thing is, it doesn't even have to be, like, super, like, dark and death and stuff like that. It's just, even stuff like, this isn't a game, but, like, the TV show Avatar, right?
Right.
The Last Airbender. That took kids and adults 100% seriously, like, in both sets. It was technically a kids show, like, it aired on Nickelodeon and stuff. It's obviously, like, a kids show.
It became a family show.
Adults can take things out of it, too. It's a family show. It's not a kids show, you know what I mean? It appeals to everyone. So, like, something like that, I could see working in Pokemon. Because it's not... Pokemon is 100% a kid's game, but adults enjoy it because of the in-depthness on the one side. But if they opened up the game itself, like the storyline, adults more enjoy it for, like, the competitive stuff and things like that, and the crazy challenges they set themselves, like Nuzlocke and crazy stuff like that. But if they opened up the game to everyone... So you have, like, different levels of it or something like that. Different people can play. That would be amazing. And that would appeal to everyone, I think. But I don't know.
That's why the whole ROMs and hack games have become such a big thing on YouTube. Because we were just looking for something a little bit more. And now that people are able to make their own storylines, something that we've been wanting for years, I think is why they are so big now. Like
Insurgents, that's what I was going to say. There's that Pokemon Reborn project that Glitch City's working on with her music, and like there's like the programmers behind it. It just opens up in like this really dark and dreary like subway station where like you step into like a subway and there's just like an explosion, and it's like, oh, what's going on in this universe right here? It's a bit more mature than like starting off in some dinky little town. Oh my god.
Chased by his
god, go get him. Quick, into my bag that I can't reach. Go get your Pokemon and start your destiny. Like, it's stupid.
Be friends.
It's stupid, man. It's stupid.
You will grow with your Pokemon together.
In friendship. Forever.
Yeah, I want death and sex in my Pokemon games.
Yes. Exactly.
See, they make like GTA, but Pokemon.
That'd be cool. That would be cool.
Full of lopers.
Guns and sports cars and.
Yep. Instead of like shooting people up, you just have to whip out your Pikachu and just obliterate them with a Volt Tackle. It'd be great.
Or Raichu.
I mean, everyone wants to go to a strip club with their Pikachu.
I mean, who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
I just got mental image in my head.
Well, what's the next question?
Yeah, I was gonna say. We'll rise considering that over in his head. I'm just gonna read a couple comments that we got as well from the last subcast. So, Hank the Pidgey, one of our good buddies as well, says, "What Pokemon do you guys think will be the next in line to get the Banhammer from OU?"
Ooh.
That's a great question.
Don't know. I don't know if it's going to get a ban, but I have a feeling Mega Sableye will be suspect tested at least.
I have a feeling that same feeling.
Honestly, I don't see it 100% necessary because I think it can be dealt with. It's just very, very difficult is the problem. It's kind of the same thing as Greninja. It's not Greninja. Don't get me wrong, it's not Greninja on any level. But it's the same kind of thought that I had in my head, that Greninja was difficult to deal with, but it could be dealt with. But then there's Mega Sableye, people are saying obviously it's really good before its Mega form as well, with the Prankster and stuff like that, and then when it Megas, it just goes absolutely ridiculous. I can see it getting suspect tested. I don't know about a ban. Maybe a ban. I don't know. Depends if people whine enough, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I think Mega Sableye.
I
There you
agree
go.
on that.
Yeah.
I don't play enough competitive to be able to throw an opinion at that question, but I'm just going to take your word for it.
Yeah.
I want to read another one of Hank the Pidgey's comments. He says he's going to second Primate for Pokken. He'd like to see something like Muck, Weezing, or Magnezone, just because it'd be cool to control him. So there's not much left to mention about
Muck would be really cool. I feel like if they did like different stats for each one, so Muck was like really slow moving, but it hit like a truck. That would be awesome.
But they jump.
And then you can have
I
stuff
cannot
like...
picture Muck jumping at all.
But Muck can like transform because he's sludge. He can just like move up. He's like this really tall...
Or
like,
just trying to like kick something, like just this like sludge.
Yeah.
Coming out of nowhere.
Sludge foot just comes out. It's like, yeah.
It's gonna
be
be
cool.
the next attack. I'm calling it Sludge Foot.
Sludge foot.
But yeah, so we've mentioned a lot about Pokken, but thank you, Hank, for throwing that in there. So that's
Indeed.
it's definitely a funny image in my mind. But if any of you guys have any ideas of more Pokemon for Pokken, make sure to throw them in the comments. We can go over those. And then one more comment on the actual video I just want to read real quick. Just a nice comment, not necessarily a question, but Neoness64 says, this podcast is in the top percentage of podcasts. Great work. So
Thank you, Neoness.
thanks for that,
That's
sir.
my man.
Thanks,
agree.
DNS. Ledge.
And I think we're running a little short on time, but I do want to read just one question we got off of Ask FM today that we did actually just get, I want to say about 10 minutes ago.
Nice.
Nice.
So, EuphAuric, are you a vegetarian?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because someone said, why did Tay and EuphAuric decide to be vegetarians? What made Tay stop being a vegetarian? Very random question, and we just got asked this, so I figured I'd throw it in the video.
Nice.
But
cool.
I guess, why are you a vegetarian, EuphAuric?
Why am I vegetarian? Well, small story. A few years back, I was doing a pantomime, and I'd always said I was a vegetarian, but that I kind of ate chicken and fish. So that was when I was about 16. So I did this pantomime, and I ate KFC every day for like a month. And then afterwards, I was like, right, if I'm going to take myself seriously as a vegetarian, I need to do it. And so for about 5-6 years now, I've been purely vegetarian. And then a few years back, I cut out fish, and then another year back or so, I cut out gelatin as well. So I'm pretty much vegetarian now. That's why. How about you, Tay?
I was mostly in high school. It's been a couple years, almost probably 4 years since I have been now. But originally it was, I think at first, because I was in the 8th grade, I was probably like 13 or 14 years old, and I just kind of thought that was something cool to do. And then after a while, it became something I was very invested in, something I was very serious about. And I stopped because I eventually became very unhealthy. I wasn't eating the right way.
Right.
So there's that. I've always wanted to get back into it, but it's just been being able to provide myself with the right groceries, which where I live is not a good place to do it. But I still don't eat a lot of red meat now and whatnot. So, maybe I'll go back in the future.
I should clarify why I'm vegetarian is because of ethical reasons, just because I personally don't agree with it. With people eating meat at this stage in humanity. I don't force my opinions on other people, but I feel that we can survive without having to eat animals.
Yep.
That's the only reason that I'm vegetarian.
There you go.
Fair enough.
And so just a complete non-related game question right there at the end of the subcast, but someone did just ask it, so I figured I'd mention it. So, but I think that's all we've really got for today. I think we're hitting about the time of the subcast,
really
and yeah.
All right, well.
Yeah, so I think
That
that's
has
it. We
been
might
the
have overshot a little bit,
Caboose.
but who knows?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What did you say?
What'd you
What did you
say?
say?
I said I think we might have overshot a little bit.
Oh,
That's all right.
So, hey.
whatever, dude. Well, let's
Whatever.
wrap this up. EuphAuric, thank you so much, man, for coming on literally like 10 minutes before I asked. Pause to all of that, please. Like, all right. So, thanks.
Thank you so much for having me,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, it's been
been
great
awesome.
fun.
Thank you so much.
It's been lovely chatting with you.
Once again, make
Yep.
sure you go check out his channel. Links in the description, and make sure you tune in if you live in England at 9 o'clock on ITV to check out Mr. Selfridge, because
That's
it's
the
a
one.
very interesting
On
looking
Sunday.
show on Sundays. Thank you. And guys, thank you for tuning in to the Battle Subcast. This one was a good one. Thanks for listening to episode number 5. My name is LacenMC.
I am RhyQuinn.
And I'm
And this
AmasianTae.
has been the Pokemon podcast that kept you on the right track. I screwed up the outro. That's all good though.
It's a good thing you know our own outro, man.
All right, whatever. Peace. Quick things. Bye.